G'day legends, welcome back to Survivor's Grind episode 3. Now if you've been keeping up, you'd know we've been smashing out some solid progress on the grind. Lately I've been hanging out at everyone's favorite fishing hotspot, Tempe, aka Tempros. Managed to bank a nice little stack of food, and would you believe it? Pulled a tackle box on my first search. Bit of hardcore luck there, but enough of that fishing biz. Time to switch gears and dive into some quests. Today we're looking to get a few key ones knocked out, starting with a cheeky visit to my old mates over at the dig site. The main goal, Temple of the Eye, to secure a steady rune supply, and Dragon Slayer 1 for that sweet, shiny rune plate body. And of course there'll be a bunch of quests in between to nab us some handy crafting levels. So let's crack on and see if we can't push this account a little bit further. First up, dig site. Here we come. Because I'm a man of action, you could say I'm Mactioning. Is going to get a few herb lore levels. Just going to use the herbs from when I got 99 fire making from Wintertodd, which came in really handy. And yeah, we'll get on with that. Oh, that's nice. A level just off cleaning it. Yes, level 20. That's gonna come in handy. So I need a trowel. I don't exactly know where that is. I had one before, but I fucking dropped it because I didn't think I needed it anymore. But I'm pretty sure I found it in here somewhere. Oh my fucking god. So I went back to the bank to see if I had a trowel. And I was trying to steal from the workers for about 15 fucking minutes. And I read the wiki, and apparently you can get a new one from the bloody examiner. So I've been walking around like a fucking dingbat trying to find a trowel when I could have just talked to the examiner. Trowel acquired. Boom, dig site done, thank God. Took way longer than it needed to be, for the stupidest reasons. It is done. 33 mining, 23 herb lore. I'm pretty stoked with that. I guess while we're here, we should bang out Gertrude's cat. Easy peasy. Gertrude's cat done. Got my kitten and a cooking level. Very nice. Alright, so going to do Goblin Diplomacy now. Ready for the Lost Tribe. And hopefully Lost Tribe will lead into Death to Dorgeshuun. Alrighty legends, time to dive into the world of goblins. Because who doesn't love a good old goblin feud, right? So here we are with Goblin Diplomacy, one of the classic early quests you've got to get through, but behind those simple fetch and bring tasks is a bit of a deeper story. Turns out, the goblins of Gielinor have been beefing for centuries over the most crucial thing in their culture: fashion. You've heard it right, these little green fellas have been at each other's throats trying to decide which colour armour is best. The main culprits? General Bent Nose and General Wartface. Love the names. The leaders of the Goblin Village, who just can't seem to agree on whether brown or red is the superior look. But there's more to it than just colours. It's not just a quirky goblin obsession. It's a symbol of their deep-rooted tribal conflicts which have been going on since the God Wars. The goblins, being originally created by the god Bandos as soldiers, are still trying to live up to their warlike heritage, even though the wars are long over. Now, instead of fighting for Bandos, they're just fighting over fashion statements. In the quest, we step in as the mediator, trying to put an end to their bickering by, wait for it, dyeing some goblin mail a few colours to see if they can finally agree. Spoiler alert, they don't. But hey, at least we get some quest points and a bit of crafting XP for our efforts. And that's the scoop on Goblin Diplomacy. It's a funny little glimpse into goblin culture where something as simple as armor color can spark a whole civil war. Makes you think maybe they're not so different from us after all. So going from goblin fashion to something a little bit more deeper, next on the list is the Lost Tribe. These aren't just your regular rock-throwing greenies, nah. We're dealing with the secretive Dorgeshuun tribe. And let me tell you, the story behind these quests is a ripper. We're talking hidden tunnels, ancient tribes, and some good old human goblin drama. Let's get into it. So we start off with Duke Horatio complaining about a hole that suddenly appeared in his basement. Turns out the cooks aren't to blame this time. After a bit of snooping around, we discover there's a secret tunnel that leads to an underground world. That's where we meet Khazgar, a Dorgeshuun goblin, who's a top bloke, I might add, and even shows us the way through the dark tunnels. Now, the Dorgeshuun tribe is pretty special. Ages ago, they broke away from their war-hungry goblin cousins to live peacefully underground, away from all the fighting. But of course, not everyone's happy about that. Sigmund, the Duke's advisor, has it out for the goblins, claims they're up to no good. But we quickly find out it's Sigmund who's dodgier than a level 3 skiller trying to escape the wilderness. After a bit of sneaking around in the tunnels, we managed to expose Sigmund's plot. This bloke's been planting evidence to frame the Dorgeshuun, but with Miss Dag's help, we clear their name and boom, quest complete, one step closer to unlocking that sweet crossbow for the Hardcore Ironman grind. Ring of Life, let's go! That is staying on at all times. Alright legends, it's time to go underground and uncover some secrets with the Death to Dorgeshuun quest. This one's a banger, full of sneaky goblins, conspiracies, and a whole underground city that's hidden away for centuries. So let's set the scene. The Dorgeshuun are a tribe of cave goblins who've been living in the shadows ever since the God Wars. Now, while most goblins on the surface are busy arguing over the color of their armor, the Dorgeshuun have taken a different path. They decided to hide underground, swearing off violence, and just trying to live a peaceful life away from all that chaos. But of course, peace in Gielinor is never that simple. In this quest, we team up with a goblin named Zanuck, who's pretty much a legend among her people. The Dorgeshuun are facing a new threat, a group of surface goblins who want to drag them back into conflict. The Ham cultists, short for humans against monsters, are plotting to wipe out the Dorgeshuun, seeing them as a threat to humanity. These cultists aren't exactly subtle. They're the kind of folks who think negotiation is just a fancy word for kidnapping. As we dive deeper into this quest, we uncover a plot to attack the Dorgeshuun city using stolen weapons. This is where we, alongside Zanuck, have to use a mix of stealth, cunning, and a crossbow that's way too cool for early game content to stop the attack. We get to infiltrate the cultists' hideout, eavesdrop on their plans, and even take out a few of their leaders. In the end, it's not just about saving the Dorgeshuun from Ham. It's about showing that maybe, just maybe, humans and goblins don't have to be at each other's throats forever. This quest is a turning point for the Dorgeshuun tribe, as it marks their first step into the wider world of Gielinor after centuries of isolation. So yeah, Death to Dorgeshuun might seem like just another quest on your list, but it's actually a tale of trust, betrayal, and a goblin tribe trying to find their place in a world that's pretty much out to get them. Nice. Done. Wow, 13 range from that. That is decent. Nearly 40 thieving. And now we have our jewelry and moneymaker for early on. Pickpocketing ham guards and getting keys for the chests, which drop jewelry. Awesome. Dwarf cannon is done. 750 crafting XP and 17 crafting. We're getting there. So I've decided to start training range a little bit to start big chompy bird hunting for the crafting XP, and also to do the next recipe for disaster subquest. You 30 range has been achieved. It is time for big chompy bird hunting. We did not even get a crafting level. Elemental workshop one done. 29 crafting, nice. That is beautiful. And 32 smithing, sorry. Which now we can do Elemental Workshop 2, but I think I'm going to do Death on the Isles in Varlamore. So I'm gonna go do that now. $41 thieving. $33 crafting, that's what I like to see. Alright legends, time to buckle up because we're tackling one of the most epic quests in Old School RuneScape. Dragon Slayer 1. This isn't just another get this, bring me that quest. Nah, this one's the OG quest that separates the noobs from the adventurers. It's the final quest of the free-to-play era, and it's all about slaying Elvarg, the Dragon of Crandor. So let's just set the scene for you. The story starts way back in the day when Crandor was a bustling island filled with prosperous people. But that all came crashing down when Elvarg, a mighty green dragon, came out of nowhere and laid waste to the entire island. We're talking fire, death, destruction, the whole lot. Crandor was left in ruins, and the island has been cursed and abandoned ever since. Fast forward to present day, and we find out that a bloke named Oziarch, living out in Edgeville, has got his hands on the legendary rune plate body. The catch? To wear it, you've got to prove yourself by slaying Elvarg, the very same dragon that obliterated Crandor all those years ago. And that's where we come in, the fearless hardcore Ironman, ready to take on the challenge. But of course, before we even think about fighting a dragon, there's a whole lot of prep work. First off, we're sent on a scavenger hunt across Gielinor to find pieces of a long-lost map that'll lead us to Crandor. Each piece is locked behind a mini-adventure of its own. One in Melzar's maze, filled with ghosts, zombies, and a crazy old wizard. Another hidden deep in the dungeon beneath a mansion. And the last one guarded by a pirate with a serious trust issue. Once we've pieced together the map, it's time to get ourselves a seaworthy vessel. But of course, it wouldn't be an adventure if we didn't have to deal with some shady characters first. Enter Clarence, the dodgy ship salesman in Port Sarim, who sells us the leaky lady Lumbridge. After patching up the death trap and hiring a crew, mainly the ever-faithful cabin boy, we're finally ready to set sail. But here's where the story takes a turn. As we approach Crandor, Elvarg makes her grand entrance, blasting the Lady Lumbridge with dragonfire and sending us shipwrecked onto the island's shore, with no way off the island. It's do or die. We've got one mission: make our way through the ruins of Crandor and face Elvarg head-on in her lair. Now, Elvarg isn't just any dragon. She's got history. She's the reason Crandor is nothing but ash and rubble. But after a tough battle, we managed to come out on top. We can finally chop off Elvarg's head as proof of our victory. Returning to Oziarch, the Elvarg's head in our inventory feels like a rite of passage. Completing Dragon Slayer 1 not only nets us some juicy XP, but it's the moment where we finally get our hands on that shiny rune plate body. A symbol that we've officially arrived as a true adventurer in Gielinor. This is where boys become men. So yeah, Dragon Slayer 1 is more than just a quest. It's a journey from being a rookie adventurer to becoming a true Dragon Slayer. And let's be real, every player remembers their first time taking down Elvarg. It's the quest that turns your characters from a humble noob to someone who's ready to take on real challenges RuneScape has to offer. Alrighty legends, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Hope you enjoyed the progress and a bit of that quest lore. If you're keen to see where we go next, make sure you hit that like button and maybe drop a sub if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, stay safe, keep on grinding, and as always, take it easy.